Hey everyone, welcome to this video, and today I'm going to do a step-by-step tutorial on how to adjust budgets with a bulk file. So basically using the bulk file to adjust budgets at scale. That way it saves you a ton of time and it just allows you to be more effective versus just using Campaign Manager. So let's dive right in. I'm going to shrink myself real quick, and I made some stuff for us here. So first thing we want to do, just straight from the beginning, you want to go to Campaign Manager. You want to click on Bulk Operations. Next thing you want to do is, you want to select your date range. I recommend when it comes, personally, I prefer using 14 days and 30-day timeframes, excluding 24 hours, when it comes to adjusting budgets. I would say 30 is a little more conservative and 14 is a little more aggressive. And then so you'll specify your date range and then click to download the file. Click Create Spreadsheet for download. And then the last piece of the puzzle is going to be down here under the download section. You will click download and it will download the report that you can then use. And let me show you what it looks like. All right, so here is the bulk file. So we've got two tabs. We've got a portfolio tab, and then we've got a sponsored products campaigns tab. So in this situation, I only downloaded the sponsored products data. This process can also be applied to sponsored brands and sponsored display tabs. It's pretty much the same process, to be honest. So you've got your data here. I might make it a little bigger just for ease purposes. Let's go to 16 maybe, see what that looks like. It's going to take a minute because it's a lot of data. There we go. I think that's a little easier to look at. So the biggest things we're going to look for, don't get too if you're not familiar with bulk files, don't get overwhelmed with the amount of information right here, because we're here to do one specific thing, and that is adjust campaign budgets. By the way, adjusting budgets is an absolute amazing way to cut bleeding campaigns, cut spend, and increase profitability. We've been doing that for years now, and we really like managing budgets it actually, for me, has been more effective in terms of getting to profitability quicker than bid optimizations. It just moves a little faster. It has a shorter effect, or it's a quicker effect on spend. So what you can do is, first off, you can filter by a specific SKU. So like, let's say you want to filter by a specific product. For example, in this case, we want to filter by SKU 1. SKU1. So we only want to see campaigns with SKU 1 in it. And then what you want to filter by, under column B, entity, you want to filter by campaign, since we're going to be making adjustments to the campaigns. All right, now we've got all of the campaigns right here for sponsored products. And then I'm actually going to apply another filter. So maybe you want to filter by, you can apply lots of filters. Let's say I want to filter by orders equals 0. So I'm finding all of the campaigns that have no orders, right? All of the campaigns that have no orders. And, I just want to maybe cut those budgets, for example. So what I would do is, so let's take a look at what we can do here. So this is the data, right? That's filtered, the pre-filtered data. So I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to paste it in a new tab. Okay, so we filtered the data, we put it in a new tab. Actually, what I probably should have done is got rid of this bulk file and copied this over to here, because it takes a minute when you're working with existing data. Hold on. Let me go to... Okay, it worked. I think what I'm going to do is, just for memory purposes, just to make it quicker, I'm actually going to use a different file. So I'm going to get rid of this data. We don't need this original bulk file anymore because we have pre-filtered everything that we want to edit. No. And what this does is it speeds up the process. So it allows you to have less data inside the Excel file, so that if you're working with larger data sets, which I usually work with quite a really big data sets, it makes it a little faster. So let's say we want to decrease these budgets by 50%, right? So we have the daily budget over here, column U, and then I go to insert, and then I just want to do new budget. And then we want to take it and we want to divide it by 2, which is decrease it by 50%, or we can go to 0.5, multiply it by 0.5, and that'll give us half. And then what we can do is, let's try it out. You can do this, and then it decreased them all by 50%. And then what I can do, or I can decrease it by, let's do that, 50%. And then we want to go to, so we want to decrease it by 50%, and I'll copy them. So highlight all of them, copy them, and then under paste, paste special, paste values. And then you want to delete. Actually, hold on, let's go back. We need to go back. We need to go back. We need to go back. I made a mistake. What we want to do is we want to save this data. So what we want to do is we want to name this sheet before. And then what we want to do is duplicate the sheet. Rename, move, or copy. Let's go to copy. Move to end. Create a copy. There we go. And then what we want to do is after. So that way we can preserve the changes beforehand. And then we want to, under operation, column C, we want to type in update, because this will tell, when you upload this file, it would tell the computer, the machine, to update whatever changes were made for the campaign entity, which is right here. So we want to do our process again. We don't even really need to fill in anything. We want to go, we'll just multiply by 0.5, which gives us 50%. Double click in the bottom right hand corner to autofill, and then highlight all of it, copy it, and then paste values. And then what we want to do is delete this column. All right. And then what you want to do is, so after this, so here's what we've done. We've adjusted it, and you can do anything. You can create a new file or a new column, subtract by $1, subtract by $2. You can even pause it. For example, so let's say you wanted to pause all of these campaigns. In this situation, we have adjusted the budgets, but let's say you wanted to pause them. What you would do is, under column R state, you would change it from enabled to paused. And then you can pause all those campaigns. So if you want to pause them, be more aggressive, you could pause all of them. So you could do that. And what's really nice about this is, you could easily go into Campaign Manager, filter by 0 orders, specify a time frame, and pause them, right? You could do that. But what's so amazing about bulk files is that you can preserve the before and after. So if you do that in Campaign Manager, a week from now, you might not remember which ones you paused or unpaused. And even if you do write them down and save them, you have to go through them each individually and unpause them. Whereas with this, if you wanted to unpause them, you could just upload the before or change the state to enabled, and you're good to go. And then the final step here is, well, here's the final step. You want to preserve this right here. This is the after, right? Because we're going to update it. So you want to save this file, put, SKU1 budget optimizations, and then put the date in the file name. And then what you want to do is you want to create a new file, and then you want to select it all, copy it, and then pop it here. And then this will be the same file name as this, just put upload on the end of it, and then you'll upload this file to Campaign Manager. And then what you'll do is go into Campaign Manager and filter by the campaigns that you made changes to. So filter by, and then make sure that the budget that you specified here is going to be in the Campaign Manager. And then let me just quickly go over how to upload. Actually, let's go to preview, Finder. Here we go. I think right here. So to upload the file, I didn't create one for that specifically, but we can just go over it here. You're going to want to click on choose file right over here, number 3, If I can highlight it, there we go. So number 3, upload your file to update your campaigns. You're going to want to click choose file and then select that upload file. And then what it'll do is if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, I should have made one for that. Scroll down, it'll show you that it's processing. And then once it's done processing, it'll tell you, like for example, let's say you upload 100 campaigns. It'll say if all of them are correct, it'll say successfully processed or something like that, 100 divided by 100. If there's an error, there will also be an error report as well. All right. Well, I hope you found this helpful. This should really help you with scaling, optimizing your budgets using the bulk file. And, for example, if you do make changes to your budgets and you see poor performance, this process will allow you to reverse those changes so that you can go back to where you were. I call that insurance, Amazon PPC insurance. You need to be able to revert back to your original state so that you can, if something bad happens when you run a test, then you can revert back. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please comment, hey, this was really helpful, Sean. That would really help me in terms of feedback because it would tell me that it's been helpful. And of course, like and subscribe when you get a chance.